Hello guys, and welcome to another video, and the new courses for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC were revealed, and it definitely seems like this is getting better overall. Like, Wave 3 actually looks great. Like, with the courses that they're including, like, all of them look solid. Like, the selection is solid, at least for those tracks that are already existing. Like, all of those tracks are good. Like Maple Treeway, Rainbow Road, Boo Lake, Berlin Byways, Rock Mountain, Peach Gardens, London Loop, Merry Mountain. They're all solid tracks. The only one that looks a little iffy is Rock Mountain, but unlike the other weird tracks from Wave 1 and 2, like Mario Circuit 3 and Toad Circuit, at least Rock Mountain is actually interesting in design, and this one will actually have an anti-gravity segment, so it's actually, like, even though it might look visually off, it's at least going to be more interesting than the other kind of iffy tracks that were in the previous waves, but everything else looks good. I was a little worried about Boo Lake when it was first leaked to be a part of the DLC, but with the tour version was actually pretty good. And it seems to be the same with here as well, because there's actually like an underwater section, and it definitely seems like it's a more interesting GBA track. Like I feel like they're definitely doing more interesting things with the GBA tracks in both Tour and 8 Deluxe, unlike a lot of the SNES tracks, or hopefully a lot of the SNES tracks. So far we got Mario Circuit 3, and hopefully that isn't an indication of the rest of the SNES tracks for the Booster Course Pass, but GBA tracks, pretty solid. Boo Lake actually looks pretty good, I would say, like with the water and the background. I think that looks good. I was a little worried at first, but now I'm definitely confident in that. But just visually overall, it's definitely getting an upgrade. Like, before in the Direct, they showed Peach Gardens and Merry Mountain. Those already looked pretty good in that Direct. And I feel like even that little clip that we got a couple months ago was kind of indicating that this DLC was definitely going in a better direction. I think the problem with Wave 1, and to some degree Wave 2, that it was rushed. I feel like it was partially rushed, like especially Wave 1. Wave 2, I feel like it might have been due to, like, track selection and different things, but, Wave 2 was definitely an improvement from Wave 1, even though it did have some issues. Like, in the Sydney track, there was one with, where the 2D textures were, like, really close to the track. That was kind of weird. And then Mario Circuit 3, that was just a pretty bland track overall. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like that's partially due to track selection. Then it could have possibly been rushed in some areas, while other areas definitely got better visuals. Like Calamari Desert, Waluigi Pinball, definitely got pretty good visuals in that wave. In Wave 3, it's most things seem to be consistent across the board. Hopefully they will improve textures in some things in both Wave 1 and 2. I think they did improve, like, some older textures in Wave 2 from Wave 1, so I hope they'll continue to do that. But overall, I feel like Wave 3 is definitely pretty promising. Wave 2 was already promising, but Wave 3 is definitely kind of making me more confident in the Booster Course Pass overall, because I feel like it was initially rushed. But, like, what we're actually getting here and what Nintendo's actual vision here is a lot better than we were expecting. Because, I mean, yeah, I do feel like these were partially brought over from Tour. But it seems like now they are making, like, more changes, like changing up some of the models and kind of adapting it to Mario Kart 8 more. Like, all of these tracks here in Wave 3, with the exception of Rock Mountain, most of them, they actually look like they're adapting decently well to the Mario Kart 8 art style. Like, even the city tracks to some degree. Like, it's definitely a pretty big difference from Wave 1 that I'm noticing here. Like, it definitely seems to be higher quality overall, and I really like that. I feel like they're definitely putting more time into this, and I really like that. I really like that they're actually putting more effort into this, despite some of my other problems. Like, I already have some problems with the booster course pass overall. Like, I'll always have those problems, like regardless of the quality. Like the fact that they're not including any characters or any art parts, and the fact that this is basically replacing a new Mario Kart game on the Switch. That's still going to be disappointing regardless of the quality. I mean, just for now, I just have to kind of deal with what we've got, and enjoy the tracks, even though I'm still disappointed to a degree that there could have been more here other than the tracks or the fact that this is replacing Mario Kart 9. Just in general, I am glad that they are at least putting more effort into these tracks now. And it doesn't really seem to be rushed, like it was with Wave 1. Like, the track selection here, like I said, is great. Like, I didn't really mention that much, but, Maple Treeway, I'm glad, that looks great. That actually looks great in the, booster course pass and everything. Like, the visuals and everything. I mean, obviously it's gonna look like the tour version and everything, because that's like the most recent version of it, but it actually looks well adapted to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And honestly, if you showed me a picture of that like a couple years ago, like I would have believed that as an actual like new Mario Kart 8 track. Like it actually doesn't really look um that much like the tour art style, aside from like some of the background elements that are not really seen very well. There's like a couple hills in the background that have like slightly lower poly models, but most of the track has high quality textures and models, so it looks pretty good overall. And another one is 3DS Rainbow Road. I'm just really glad that this track is a part of the Booster Course Pass in general. Like, this is my favorite version of Rainbow Road. Really cool. Um, I mentioned that in my ranking the best Mario Kart tracks video. Just overall, a great track, my favorite version of Rainbow Road, and it looks great here too. Like, they definitely didn't butcher any of the models here. Like, it actually looks pretty good overall. Actually, like, almost looks like a track that would be in the base game of Mario Kart 8. And, like, I mean, not exactly, you're not gonna exactly get that look, but overall, it looks, I would say it fits pretty well in Mario Kart 8, and it's definitely much higher quality than the previous waves, even Wave 2, which was an improvement from Wave 1. But yeah, overall, was I wrong about the Booster Course Pass? Partially. Partially. I mean, like I said, I still am critical of some of the aspects, like the fact that they didn't include some things, or the fact that it's replacing a new Mario Kart game. But I was partially wrong about the quality overall, because I didn't think that Wave 1 wouldn't be reflective of the whole thing. Like, I was thinking they would just straight up put the tour tracks into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, just call it a day, like not improve any of the textures or anything. But Wave 3 seems to be proving that Nintendo actually kind of is putting more effort into this, and I'm not sure if it's due to the feedback from fans or the fact that they have more time to put this together. I would say probably the latter. It seems like they probably had more time to do this. I feel like Wave 1 was possibly rushed due to the marketing for the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack and everything. But Wave 2 and 3 definitely seem to have a lot more effort put into them, especially Wave 3, and I'm definitely more confident in this DLC overall. So I was partially wrong about my assumptions from when I originally was just not satisfied with Wave 1 and everything, and I was ranting about the quality and everything. I feel like things are definitely getting better now. Wave 3 looks great, and I'm excited to play it. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server if you want to. Goodbye.